Hello again. As the country commemorates the start of the First World War, the Chelsea pensioners were the first to begin the day's events in the capital today. Earlier, 50 war veterans in a fleet of Edwardian cars were driven through London to mark 100 years since the country declared war on Germany. Elsewhere, Transport for London staff have been paying their respects to workers who lost their lives in the conflict. A service was held by the managing director of London Underground at Baker Street earlier. Wreaths are also being laid in stations and bus garages over the capital over the course of the day.
Over 1,000 people who worked for the Underground lost their lives during the Great War of 1914 to 1918, but also a large number of buses were commandeered by the military, by the government, to transport troops to the Western Front to ensure they got there. And those B-type buses played a pivotal role in really ensuring that the troops got to the front line, were able to begin the defence of our nation. And that was a really important part of our history, and it's why actually London Transport, old comrades, have an exclusive right to march with the military on the Cenotaph on Remembrance Sunday every year.
A newspaper inspired by the historic Wyperth Times, which was created by First World War soldiers, has been recreated to mark the centenary of the war. The Flanders Fields Post newspaper will be published as a one-off today and distributed in the capital. The publication is inspired by the original trench newspaper, which was produced by Captain R.J. Roberts and Lieutenant J.H. Pearson in 1916.
At one stage, in fact, he was correcting proofs when he was on the Somme. He then went over the top to take part in the Battle of the Somme, won himself an MC, went back and published the newspaper. So we're very proud of him.
And a garden which has been created from 70 sandbags of soil from Flanders Fields has been displayed for the first time at Wellington Barracks. The memorial is located by the Guards Chapel and adjacent to Buckingham Palace. Soldiers of the Household Division and school children from over 63 Belgian and British schools were involved in transporting the soil back to London.
I have had to get permission from the world and his wife to actually build this. Every agency you can think of has had an opinion on this, quite right too. If one is creating a memorial that's going to last several hundred years, then you need to engage with a lot of people to make sure that it's right.
Weather now, here's Martin.
We love to get away, whatever the weather. My Ferrylink Dover to Calais ferries sponsor ITV London weekday weather.
Hello again. A lovely bright and warm end to today and then a sunny start to tomorrow morning. Chance of one or two scattered showers around out there. For the most part it is dry, but if you are unlucky enough to get caught in one of the showers, they will be quite sharp. This evening and tonight then turn dry with some clear skies, and the clear skies lead to a lovely sunny start tomorrow morning. Really bright, but as the day goes on, cloud starts to push its way in from the west, so turning less sunny, but still quite bright, nice and warm, but breezy too.
My Ferrylink Dover to Calais ferries sponsor ITV London weekday weather.
The Pollen Count, sponsored by Checkatrade.com.
Checkatrade.com.
Now, for the most part, pollen levels are actually going to be low throughout this week, with the exception of tomorrow. In the sunshine, it could rise up to moderate. I'll see you later. Goodbye.
That's all from us for now, but we'll be live from Westminster Abbey at 6 o'clock ahead of a candlelight vigil. Until then, have a good afternoon. Goodbye.